Hey guys, it's Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're going to be taking a look at our newest product from Numyth. This is the Tohil Lighter. So a lot of you are probably familiar with the peanut and the capsule lighters, and as a retailer, I always hated those things. And the reason was that the quality on them was always just really bad. So every time we got one in, we'd have to throw one away or scavenge it for spare parts because the threading wouldn't match up, the threading wouldn't thread in the first place or a cross thread. The O-rings, they wouldn't stay in place, the flint wheel wouldn't work, the wick had problems, the attachment points on the top would break off. We just had a ton of problems with those things. So we actually stopped selling them a couple years ago. And one of the things I wanted to do with our Numyth brand was create a really nice version of that. So we worked with our manufacturer, made a body that's CNC machined aluminum, so really nice high quality aluminum, and you can see that we have it in orange or black, so anodized orange or black. Nice tight tolerances and everything. There's square threading, so nice long life. It'll seal really well. They're O-ring sealed. So I've actually been working on this for a while. I just recently had the time to dedicate to finishing it up. But I had one of the prototypes that I had sealed up for about a year. I wanted to see how long the fluid would last in it, and I opened it up the other day and it worked just fine. So as long as you keep the O-ring in good condition, it's going to seal and keep the fluid in there for a nice long time. So it's a fluid lighter, takes regular Zippo fluid, you just pull the insert out and you can see it has that material down in the bottom that you can fill up with your regular Zippo fluid or any other reputable brand. And if you can kind of see down there in the bottom portion of the capsule, there's two different widths down in there, so when you put it in, see it's kind of loose until you go a little bit further, it'll hold it in place to keep that in there nice and tight. So we designed that so it'll hold in place until you want it to actually come out. But you can replace the flint and the wick. You've got the screw on the bottom so you can replace all that kind of stuff. Striker wheel. That's how it works. I probably don't need to explain how a lighter works. Hopefully, it's a pretty simple operation. We put it in the instructions just in case, and in case somebody's never used a lighter before. But pretty simple operation. As long as you keep that O-ring in good condition, it's going to keep the fluid in good condition, and you're going to have a nice, reliable little fire starting device. Couple other features that you have on here. So there's 4 flats that are machined around the bottom, and they're a little bit lower than the rest of the body. See if we can zoom in and show you that a little bit better. So it actually grips and catches on your fingers when you turn it. So you can kind of see those little grooves in there, different raised areas. Hold on to your finger really well. And then the bottom of it is flat, so you can stand it up if you want to. I do not recommend using this as a candle or a lantern or lamp or whatever you want to call it. And the reason is that when you actually have it lit, that flame is going to transfer a lot of the heat onto the striker wheel and then down into the body. I haven't left it going for a really long time, so I don't know if it would melt the O-ring or anything like that. We source some O-rings that have nice high temperature tolerances, but you don't want to leave it burning for a really long time for that reason, because it is going to transfer the heat and you might burn your fingers after a little while. But for short periods, you can use it as a light source, and of course you can use it as a flame source to start your fire or light your cigarette or whatever else you want to do with your lighter. Go ahead and blow that out. On the top, you have a nice strong attachment point. So like I said, a big problem we had with the ones before was that the plastic attachment points or even the metal attachment points, they would just break. And that's obviously not good, so we had a nice big fat machined attachment point on there, so you can attach it to your key ring or a piece of paracord or your pack or however else you want to attach it. You can see you've got a lot of room in there to run a lot of different things through. So we try to make it where you'd have a lot of different options for attaching it. I zoomed in nice and tight so you can see the details and features well. So this is obviously the orange version. Black version is going to be exactly the same, except it's going to have a different color. I probably didn't need to explain that, but just in case. So you can see all the different features. There's the bottom, an attachment point on top. We'll take the cap off so you can see it. There's those square threads. They wear really well, don't have as many problems with galling or cross-threading or anything like that. And the O-ring, which you can just pop out. If you're ever wondering how to pop it out, usually I just use my fingernail and kind of roll it up and then pop it off, and it has its own little channel that it sits in. But the packaging actually includes 2 spare O-rings in case you manage to mess this one up, you accidentally, tear it up or anything like that. We do have a couple of replacements in the packaging for it. But there's the striker wheel. We worked with the manufacturer and actually had them make us up some nicer versions of these, because that was another problem that I had with the older ones, is that they didn't have very nice inserts. They didn't work very well and didn't last very long. So put the cap back on. This is the Numyth Tohil Lighter. If you like it, you can buy it from us at goinggear.com. Any questions or comments, you can reach me in the comments or at goinggear.com. And be sure to subscribe. We put out a lot of flashlight and other gear videos. Thanks for watching.